Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It is episode 43. It is a fabulous Friday. It is your boy Terrence, and let's get started, man. Today we're going to be talking about social media workflows, right? So, social media workflows, that is the topic of tonight. All right, so let's get right into it, right? Um, let's talk about why this is even relevant and why this is kind of even important. Okay, cool. So the objective. So by the end of this training, I want you guys to be able to create a workflow and go high level, right? That triggers when someone comments on your social media post. Sounds kind of complicated, but it's not, right? So this is kind of, I want you to be able to do one thing or know how to do one thing by the end of this video. And that's just create a workflow. Go high level. And what's going to be the trigger is someone commenting on one of your posts in social media, on a social media platform, right? And so now relevant. Why is this relevant? It's very important to understand that. So first you have to understand that usually when people are scrolling on social media, it's their leisure time. They're usually home from work or maybe on break from work or maybe on lunch. It's nighttime on a toilet, in their room alone, right? And they're just having a good time, minding their business. So they're really going to leave the platform and go visit outside links, right? The percentage of social media users that actually do that is very, 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 very small. They want to stay on the platform, all right? That's why they're there. They're having a good time. They're looking at things that interest them because that's what the algorithm does. It's going to push them things that interest them. And then here you go, interrupting them, wanting them to go to a link. A lot of times it's just not going to happen. All right. So, in order to move along this evening with this lesson, you got to have some prerequisite understandings, right? First is what the hell is a workflow, right? What is a workflow? And to make it easy and not too techy, a workflow is just an automation of tasks or actions that happen in chronological order. Excuse the spelling, the misspelling. Following a triggering event, right? So that's all it is. It's a bunch of actions, it's a bunch of tasks or one or two tasks that happen in order after something triggers it to happen. So something has to be the trigger, something has to set it off. Kind of like your fire alarm. Your fire alarm automatically goes off, but it needs a trigger. The trigger is what? The trigger is smoke. It needs smoke in the house, right? And so the workflow, it has a whole bunch of actions that happen, right? Automatically. That can be sending an email to someone. That could be sending a text message. That could be sending a link to a course you built. That could be sending a link to a landing page you built. Maybe you're sending a ringless voicemail to a telephone number. Maybe you have a newsletter and you want to send that person to the newsletter, right? Or maybe you wrote a blog and you want to give that person the link to the blog. Now, the important thing is this, that all of this happens within the app. So whether you're on the person's on Instagram, whether they're on Facebook, whether they're on TikTok, WhatsApp, all of this stuff happens within the app. All they have to do is leave a comment. So you would say, hey, comment this or leave a comment. And once they leave that comment and you tell them what to type, you're going to tell them what that comment is. And usually what works best is going to be a short one word phrase that they can just type in. Once they type that in, then the magic happens. All right. So the first thing you need, of course, is a social media post. So look at this one right here that's on the screen. It says, "Are you a stroke survivor? Do you have a stroke story you'd like to share? Come and join me on the Recovery Stroke Podcast. Comment yes, and I will send you the details via DM." This is a perfect example of a I would say just a post with words, a print post, right? But it's telling the user to comment yes, and I will send you details via the DM. All right. So the first thing you need is a post. The post should have should have specific directions somewhere in the video or in the graphic. Now, you can also have a post that's a video, and somewhere in the video you want to say, hey, comment whatever it is, comment course, you know, and check your DM, right? Because that's what's going to happen. they're gonna type in whatever you tell them to type in. Right here for this post, it's yes. And once they type in yes, the automation is going to begin. All right, that's where the magic happens. So they comment, and then the workflow automation happens, right? So the magic happens in the automation section of Go High Level. All right. Now you're going to see in a minute, you can add on to an existing workflow, which they call recipes, or you can build your own from scratch. So actually what we're going to do is let's actually jump into high level. So we're going to jump into high level, and then I'm going to actually show you, or I'm gonna actually gonna show me, yeah, I'm actually gonna build a workflow for you right in front of you, but I'm gonna use one of the recipes. All right, so check this out here. Okay, so right now I'm in Go High Level, right? Let's go to make it media. And now let's see, let's go to marketing. Oh, actually, no, we were already there. So if you see, you're going to see a tab that says, all right, so first, this is very important. I'm in my marketing tab. And as you can see, I have all these social accounts connected to my account already. I have a Facebook account, an Instagram, a LinkedIn, an X account, and a TikTok account. They are all connected. All right. So when I'm giving the command center Go High Level, when I'm giving it directions to do this for a post, it knows where to go and look for the post because my accounts are all connected. Right. Okay. So let's go to automations and then workflows. You see right here where it says workflows? We're gonna actually create a new workflow. We're gonna create a workflow and I'm gonna select a recipe. I don't want to start from scratch. I can, but remember, we're all about being efficient, working smarter, not harder. So I'm gonna select a recipe. So now these are all the recipes that they have. A recipe is a pre-built workflow that you can edit, you can add to, and you can take away from. So, let's see, a recipe for Instagram comment automation, recipe for Facebook comments and Facebook. Okay, you know what? Let's do Instagram. So I'm going to select this right here. I'm going to click select. It's loading. And now check this out. So this is pre-built. So remember when I said everything starts from a trigger? So this is the trigger, right? Trigger is an Instagram comments on a post. So I'm going to click this right here and look. This is the trigger, right? Comment on a post. This is the name, comment on a post. So now look, it says filters. The page is what? The page is, look, I'm going to go to, I only have one Instagram page connected. That's my page. I'm going to click that. Now it says post type is, it's going to be a published post, right? And now the post is, now look, it's telling me to select, hey, well, which post am I talking about? And look, it only gives me three options. Bring your dollar sign to class, check me out live, and just this thing right here with numbers. Why does it only give me three options? Interesting. I'm going to show you why right now. And that's happening because, as you can see, the Instagram account that I am connected to, right? If we look here, the Instagram account that I'm connected to only has three posts. If I click on it, as you can see, the title is Bring Your AA to Class, right? Then we have this one, Check Me Out Live at 8 p.m. And then we have this one with just the number. This has nothing right here. So I guess it just gave us a number because I didn't put anything on there. This is a test account that well, no, not a test account. It's actually live. I just don't really do anything with it yet. So it gave me three out because so now the program is actually asking me, it's saying, hey, it's saying, which post do we want? Post is which one? Is it to bring your ass to class? Is it to check me out live or the picture? Let's say if I pick this one here. Okay. So now I'm going to say save trigger. So all this is that now so the trigger says, hey, when a person comments on this post, right? If they well, oh yeah, if they comment on this post right here, then we want to run this workflow. So now we want to add filters, right? So now I'm gonna say, let's say uh it contains the phrase or exact match. Let's say the exact match is, let's say we said comment course, right? Course. So the exact match, if they type in course or if they comment back course, I'm going to save this. Oops. Course, right? Save trigger. So now when they comment, if someone comment course, is going to run this workflow. So now we see the arrow, right? So now look, I could also add another trigger also, right? Because what if I'm running something? Well, no, you know what? Nope, nope, no, no. Let's not complicate it. Let's do one at a time. So it's going to run this course until the next step is right here. It's going to respond to that comment. So when the person comments course, automatically I'm going to say, hey, check your DM. Or I'm going to say, hey, thanks for showing interest. Please check your DM. So I'm either going to send one or two of these messages. It's going to happen at random because when you're doing automations, you don't want to, Facebook, Instagram, and all the social media platforms, they don't like bots, right? So if you keep on commenting, if someone's commenting and you keep on sending the same message, hey, check your DM, they're probably going to know it's a bot. So what you do is that you add a few different responses, whatever you need to add to get them to the DM, right? Because this says, hey, check your DM. This says, thanks for showing interest. Please check your DM. And I would say, I'm super excited to share this with you, comma, check your DM, right? Check your DM, right? And so now I can add that right there. So it's gonna randomly send one of these messages, right? We're gonna save that action. So after that, the person is probably gonna check their DM, right? Okay, so now this is the message right here. So first it's gonna say, hey, check your DM. Then it's gonna do this right here. It's actually going to send this to their DM, right? It's going to send an Instagram interactive message. Hey, I'm excited that you want to start your personal finance journey. You can add an attachment, right? Or you can add buttons inside. So in this workflow, they added two buttons, either a button to visit the website, it'll go right to the website, or it'll get a checklist, right? Get a checklist. Okay. So now they're even going to do two things. Either they're going to go to the website. If they go to the website, the workflow ends. If they say, hey, get the checklist, look, we're going to send another message to the DM. And that's going to be, here's your checklist, right? And then they can add the attachment there or whatever you want to do right there. And this is your workflow. Now, the important thing to realize is that all of this happens just from the person typing whatever that comment was. Right here, it was course. Remember, they're still inside. They are still inside of the app. They haven't left the social media app that they're on yet. Okay, that's important. We don't want them to have to leave the app. We just want them to have to type the comment in. And guess what? After they type in the word, the phrase or whatever, they may not even check their DM right away. But we know that the workflow is there. It's happening already and it's happening automatically. All this stuff is automated. And look, it can go levels deep. You can send them to a landing page right here. You can send them out to another website right here. You can send them to a course. You can give them a PDF. You can give them a checklist, right? You can send them to your membership site. You got to be creative. But the main thing is that we can now do it. That's the main thing. We have workflows straight from social media now. You used to have to use a separate app for that, but now you can do everything, and I mean everything, and go high level. It's awesome. Awesome. All right, so as we said, the magic, right? It happens in the automation section of Go High Level. You can add onto an existing workflow or recipe. That's what we just did. Or you could build your own from scratch, which we don't have to. If we don't have to build things from scratch, let's not build them from scratch, right? And so well, no, let's continue. So now delivery, right? The last step to think about is delivery. We kind of went over that. All right. So what is your objective? All right. When you're on social media and you're posting, What is your objective of the post? I understand that maybe some posts don't have objectives. It's just, brand awareness. Maybe they're just life posts, right? But what is your objective? What do you want the visitor to do? Do you want to send them somewhere? Do you want them to fill out something? Do you want to give them something? Do you want them to take a survey, right? Because depending on what the objective is, it's going to depend on what you say in that DM, right? Or what you send in that DM. Are you sending buttons? Are you sending links? Are you just sending a message? What do you want the visitor to do? And then what are you promising to deliver? If you're going to give them a checklist, a PDF, some recipes, a workout, right? Sequence, then you have to create that. And that's probably why I've been stressing you getting a Canva account and playing around with Canva. So you don't have to pay a designer. Go to Chat GPT, help you with the written content, right? Go to Canva or Dolly for the images and put it together with Canva. We've spoke about all this. What are you promising to deliver? And last, do you have a nurture or a follow-up sequence? Remember, the entire point or one of the major points of this is to get the visitor's contact information, right? You want to get their information. Once we got them locked in, we're good, but we have to nurture them. Do you have a nurture follow-up sequence? Do you have a series of videos, a series of text messages, a series of emails that are going to go out to your potential buyer? Because remember, you're probably still a stranger. They still don't trust you. You haven't built up the credibility yet. So the only way to build that trust is to become the authority and nurture them with information automatically so that you don't have to think about it. It's happening in the background. All you guys talk about making money while you sleep. Well, this is when it begins to happen. When you have automated systems. This is when it begins to happen. So, in conclusion, individuals on social media are minding their business, scrolling and being entertained by things that interest them. A very small percentage of them will leave social media and visit a link, unless they were already searching for something. So being able to expose a potential customer to our business while making it easy and keeping them on the app is a huge advantage. So my advice to you is just go practice. Practice making practice making giveaways, practice making PDFs, practice making checklists in Canva, and then I want you to practice making content and practice these workflows. Automate your business, automate your life. This is I, Terrence. All you need is me. Makersville. Have a blessed weekend. One love.